Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about the differences between contouring and bronzing and if you can contour with a bronzer. I'll try to keep this short because I'm not a fan of those really lengthy videos that go into all this detail. We'll keep it quick, let you know what you need to know, so hopefully you can get on with your day. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is what is contouring and what is bronzing. The short answer is contouring is shaping your face to highlight and sculpt your cheekbones and slim your nose. It basically is giving shape to your face and making it more angular and somewhat slimmer. It helps create shadows, so that's why people put it under cheekbones. I don't know. Basically what contouring does, it helps to define your features. That's really all you need to know, is that by creating shadows it makes your features sharper and more slimmer. So it'll emphasize them. That's why everyone wants those sharp cheekbones. That's why they put contouring right underneath of it. I hope that made sense to you. If not, sorry. Anyway, what bronzing does is very simple. It's way less precise application than contouring, and its main reason is to give you a sun-kissed glow. Really, that's all it is. Bronzing is to give you a sun-kissed glow. Now, obviously, a difference between them is one is shaping your face while the other is just darkening your skin tone to make it look like you got a tan. But you can use bronzer as a contour. They really are kind of the same. It's just the application that's different. I'm actually going to show you. So my favorite bronzer is the NYX Matte Bronzer. This is what it looks like. Now, the trick with bronzers and contouring is depending on how subtle you want it to be or dramatic, depends on the shade you pick out. Since I'm so white, I usually go for the lightest bronzer available. This was actually about this is 2 shades darker than my actual skin tone. So when I do want to contour, this is actually one of my favorite things to contour with because it gives me that dramatic look. But it's also a good bronzer because not too much comes out. It's pigmented, so pigmented. I hope you know what I mean by that. Just a Manny reference. But it's not gonna you can easily tap it off and use as much product as you need. Now I'm going to show you the contour that I do have. It is the Tarte Tarteist Pro Glow to Go. I use the contour shade down here. It's very dark as you can see, but it blends out really well, so it's not it's not overpowering basically. It works with my skin tone. And then the bronzer that I strictly use for bronzing is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Light. And you're gonna see why this is strictly a bronzer. Okay, you see how light that is? If I wanted a light contour, I guess I could use this. But basically, since this is so light, I usually don't like to look really tan. I just like this as a subtle glow to my face, which is why I strictly only use it as a bronzer and not a contour. When I want a contour, I either go with the Tarte palette because of how dark it is and how well blended out, or I go with the NYX Matte. Same reason. It's dark enough to be a contour and a bronzer. Now, the difference between a bronzer and a contour is you're never going to find a contour that has shimmer in it, because shimmering, putting shimmer on a contour completely contradicts it. Contouring is to create shadows to slim the face and highlight features. Shimmer actually emphasizes that, which is why you should never try to contour with a shimmer bronzer. Any other bronzer you can use. Just make sure it's 1 or 2 shades darker than your skin tone and it does not have shimmer in it. That's basically all you need to know. Yes, you can contour with a bronzer, but no, it cannot have shimmer in it. Shimmer will emphasize those features, those lines right here, whereas you really just want to darken it to lift this part of your face, the cheekbones. I hope that makes sense to you. I'm trying to be as straight to the point as I can, but really that's all it comes down to. Does your bronzer have shimmer in it? If it does, just use it as a bronzer. If it doesn't, it can be used multiple ways as a bronzer or a contour. Depending on how dark of a contour you want, how dramatic a contour you want really depends on the shade of the bronzer you use. I just explained that earlier. I'm repeating myself at this point. But yeah, also another difference is contouring has way more precise application. Now, if you've ever seen a contouring video or pictures of it, you'll see people put a thin line here, probably down their nose, up in their hairline, and on their cheekbones. Some get real complicated and go like all over their face, and no, we're just talking about beginners here. Whereas you have to blend those out, and up and down motions are slightly blending. I love how I'm like expecting you guys to know what I mean with these hand motions. Whereas bronzing, you can just take like a regular blending brush, or kind of like any like soft brush, like soft, not too tightly compacted brush, and just go ahead and like bring it forward on your cheekbones, your hairline. Some like to do their chin, and your jawline. And you're probably thinking, okay, but this is all the same places you contour too. But the point is, you can be a little more messy with bronzer. Like, it doesn't have to be as precise as contour. Like, if you get messy with contour, your face is just gonna look muddy. Bronzer, it's just gonna look maybe a little darker in areas, but maybe it'll just look like, no, not maybe, it'll just look more of like a tan than a glow. That's really the whole big difference of it, is because people contour and bronze in the same areas of their face. Just people are more precise and careful with contouring to carefully sculpt out their cheekbones. Where bronzing, it's more like, just get a brush, swirl it. I'm not saying be like so messy and lazy with it, but I hope you guys know what I mean, okay? So that's basically the whole gist of it. I hope I broke this down for you pretty easily to understand. I didn't want to get too complicated or too detailed with it, because all you really need to know is no shimmer for a contour. If you don't want to buy a contour palette because you already have a good highlight, just pick up a bronzer without any shimmer. And depending on how dramatic you want it to be, pick a light shade or pick a dark shade for a dark contouring. It's really up to you. So I hope that you found this video informative, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Yeah, so I'll see you guys later. Bye.